Luke, we've done a bunch of stuff together over the last little bit. What would you say are the top sort of 2 or 3 things that you think have been the most impactful for you?
Yeah. Great question. I think, and there certainly has been a number of things that we've done over the course of 12 months and are still doing. As you know, we're sort of going through that exercise and reviewing current sort of financial projections and everything at the moment as well, which is great. I think part of the biggest thing was, we've started to get an understanding of the share market. We set up a managed fund, and I had that sort of automation going into that. We started to look at, okay, with the current sort of financial structure of, property portfolio and all that kind of thing, and agreed that wasn't necessarily the right structure. And we've managed to go through, obviously, with leveraging, your network of expertise and obviously shout out to Marcus at Brighter Finance to be able to actually go through that exercise and align with the structure of our mortgages and investment properties with our ultimate goals in terms of the financial projection that you guys put together. So that's been huge. We ended up purchasing another investment property late last year, and just in the process of going through that exercise at the moment to do for another one. Look, that is very much okay, and we've brought that goal forward as a result, based on the current sort of financial plan, and hence the stuff that we're obviously reviewing and that with you at the moment is how that impacts the plan and the current goal, and just keeping that in check to making sure it's the right decision. But like anything, it's try and make hay while the sun shines, so to speak, and keep moving. And outside of that as well, we've what else have we done? We invested in a bit of a riskier, not necessarily a riskier situation, but we made a fairly significant investment into a startup in New Zealand that's going great guns at the moment, and looking like that could be an absolute winner moving forward. But there's obviously always risk associated with that. But again, having the visibility of what our current position was and where we were sort of heading, and with everything else being on track, it felt like it was the right decision. So that's been a big thing there as well. What else? The super restructuring, the super thing, and obviously off the back of COVID, seeing that huge dip, around March last year, and how it impacted. And as we all know, like, it's all sort of started to come back, and there's always volatility in the markets. But I guess having previously been with a provider that wasn't necessarily getting great returns, it's been a good result, really good result with the new structure, and also having a closer look at things like, okay, topping up the super to the maximum amount, and what that does sort of moving forward, and how that impacts the future of the superannuation fund and that kind of thing, and stuff that you probably don't, well, certainly prior to, didn't really take that seriously. And just getting that sort of visibility has been great, and going through that exercise. So so we've done that. It's still, there's still a lot of moving parts. It's my partner's under a ESOP arrangement with her new role, and our company's just recently listed on the UK London Stock Exchange. So I mean, there's opportunities in the future in and around that sort of stuff. And it's just, I mean, there's been a lot going on, and it's been really great to have the advice and go through the exercise with you guys on a regular basis, just to make sure that we're on track.
Oh, yeah, I think the big things are obviously big, but then it's all the combination of all of the little things that leads to that, just that peace of mind that it's not like you probably rattled off 8 or 9 things there that, in the absence of being fully on the front foot, you go, shit, there's 2 things I've done really well, and there's 4 things that I haven't done, and there's 2 things that I just don't know how to do. That, again, it's just like that mental baggage that you carry. So it's people think, I think, as everyone gets a paycheck into their bank account every month, that money should be something that just is easy. But because everything's so specialized, it's like there's so many things to think about, and it's the power of all of those things together that is what builds that serious momentum. So good to have it all heading in the same direction.